You're listening to the Life Coaching Secrets Podcast, episode number 17. Did you know that life coaches are needed now more than ever? I'm Frank Macri, founder of Thriving Coach Academy. I've trained over 1,000 coaches and helped them launch their own successful coaching businesses. If you want to make an incredible income and impact as a coach and have a lot of fun doing it, I'll show you exactly how to get it done. This is Life Coaching Secrets. What's up, coaches? In this episode, I'm going to talk about how to be a premium coach. Now, I am so passionate about this topic. I am really looking forward to diving into this with you. Before we get started, I want to celebrate that we just finished a Module 3 with our coaches in the Academy who are going through our accredited coach training program. So if you're new here, if you're wondering what that is, welcome. The Academy is a 6-month training program that teaches people how to master the art and the business of coaching. So a lot of our coaches, they start while already working full-time jobs when they enroll, and our curriculum is designed so that it's spaced out over several months. And there's a couple of training calls during the week, and then we have 3 checkpoints during their training leading up to a whole module on business development. So by the time our coaches get to business development, they feel so confident in their coaching and they are eager to learn about how to attract clients and how to grow their own coaching businesses. So I was just reading through some of the comments from some of our coaches who attended our business development module, and I wanted to share some of those with you. So we had a coach say, I now have way more confidence when speaking to potential clients. If you're a coach, I would tell you that you owe it to yourself to enroll. We had another coach say, not only did my mindset get refreshed about how to grow a coaching business, but I also learned techniques about getting clients and public speaking. This was way beyond what I had expected. We had a coach say, I loved learning how to craft my authentic story. The format taught really helped me to present it properly. Now I will speak far better and I know what possibilities are available to me. If you're thinking of enrolling, don't hesitate. I love that. And then someone wrote, now I realize that success is possible. Yes, it is. So amazing. So we had many coaches leave that business development module raising the rates that they charge as a coach. And it's very fitting because that follows the theme of what I'm going to be talking about here today. And that is on being a premium coach. All right. So what do I mean by premium? When I say premium, I mean selling high value, high ticket coaching packages and programs. More specifically, charging between $2,000 to $10,000 per client. I consider that premium. Now, knowing how to become a premium coach is one of the things that makes Thriving Coach Academy unique. We teach all of our coaches the ins and outs of selling their coaching for a high ticket and feeling amazing about it. So if you're wondering whether or not you may want to become a premium coach, let me break down some math for you. So first of all, what would you love to earn as a coach? I really want you to decide on what you would love your salary to be as a coach. If you could choose any salary, what would it be? Now, a lot of coaches usually go for $100,000 to be their annual income. That's the goal that they start to pursue, and then they go from there. And that is totally attainable and doable. We have many coaches inside the Academy who are projected to earn way over $100,000 this year. So let's say that you want to earn $100,000 and you plan to sell your coaching for $500. So to be clear, when I say sell your coaching for $500, I'm not talking about by the hour. You should never be selling your coaching by the hour because transformation is a process. So your clients are not going to transform in one session. So that's why you want to sell your coaching as a bundle or a package of sessions. Now, there's no hard rule on how many sessions to sell, but usually 12 sessions is a good place to start. So that's a session a week for about 3 months. So let's say you sell a bundle of 12 sessions and the total investment that someone would make is $500. That would mean that you need to enroll 200 clients in a year in order to hit $100,000. So do you want to work with 200 clients in a year? Probably not. So here's the thing. If you raise your rates to $1,000 per client, that still means you're going to need to enroll 100 clients in the year. That's a lot of clients. But let's say that you charged $5,000 for your coaching. That means you only need 20 clients in a year. Or if you charge $10,000 per client, you only need 10 clients. So that's why I want to invite you into the world of premium coaching. If you're liking the idea of this so far, keep on listening. All right, so let's talk about the 3 types of buyers that there are. There's 3 different types of buyers. There are freeples, cheaples, and preeples. I love how cute those names are. Freeples, cheaples, and preeples. So freeples, they're people that want everything for free. You can offer them something for $1 and they'd say, why isn't it free? So they just want everything for free. There are naturally going to be people in our world who are freeples. So if you meet someone and you tell them what you charge as a coach and they question that, they question why you're charging for coaching, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be charging for coaching. It just means that you're talking to a freeple. So it's not about changing your act. It's about changing your audience. You got to find a different type of buyer. So then we have the cheaples. The cheaples are people that are looking to spend, but they want everything cheap. They want the best discount. They're always wanting to negotiate the price down. And they're often thinking, what does this cost me? So they're not really considering what value something will give them because they are much more focused on what it will cost them. And they want to minimize the cost as much as they can, even if it means losing out on the value of that product or service. So you can choose to work with people like that, or you can work with people that will invest a premium in themselves. And those are the preeples. The preeples are people who want to pay a premium. Yes, they want to pay a premium because they believe that the more they invest, the more value they're going to get. So preeples look for what is the most expensive thing out there. That's what makes the most sense for them to buy. And when they buy things, they don't see the money they spend as something that they are losing. They don't see it as spending money. They see it as investing money. So they don't look at things with a cost attached to it, but rather they see their investments as a gain. They often think, what benefit will this give me? What do I have to gain from this investment? And of course, the preeples end up having a higher quality of life and they end up generating more money over the course of their lifetime because they are willing to invest in themselves and because their investments give them a return. Now, my buying behaviors have evolved a lot over the past couple of decades. I used to be a freeple. I would just want everything to be free. In fact, I would go to the mall and I would get all the free food samples from the food court. And I always felt like such a badass. I felt like I was a genius for doing that. And whenever there was a price tag connected with something, I would find a way to complain about it. And then I became a cheaple. And I would focus on how I could get the cheapest items wherever I'd shop. And I would automatically just say that things were too expensive. But then I realized something. When I bought cheap things, they never lasted. So for example, I used to have this pair of headphones and they were about $20. And after a few months, they would stop working. And I would go right back to the shop. And I knew that I could invest $200 into the nice fancy headphones, or I could just pay $20 for another pair of the same exact headphones. Looking back on this now, I just think it's so wild that over and over again, I would continue to buy the same cheap pair of headphones that I knew were going to break in about a month. So I would spend $20 and then I'd spend $20 the next month when they'd break, and I would keep doing this. And I'd end up replacing these headphones so many times, and then eventually I realized that something was wrong here. So I realized if I kept being a cheaple, I was actually losing more money in the long run. It was costing me more money, and it was also costing me more time to constantly replace the low value that I was getting. So I decided I was going to stop this behavior. I was going to invest $200 to get the fancy Apple AirPods. And right away, when I made that investment, I started using them, I noticed a huge difference in quality. I couldn't even believe that I had settled with the cheap stuff for so long. And I actually felt like this was an investment because I didn't have to worry about upgrading my headphones anymore because now they actually last me. So I started looking at where else in my life I had this behavior, and I realized that I was doing it with other items that I owned. Same thing with sunglasses. I would always buy the cheap $20 sunglasses. They would last me a few months, they'd break, or I'd lose them. And then I decided one day I was going to upgrade. I was going to get myself a pair of Prada sunglasses that were polarized for $250. And I still own those sunglasses today, years later, and they are in excellent condition. So the lesson that I learned from this is that when you invest more in something, you take better care of it, you value it more, and you end up with a better quality of life. So now I am absolutely a prequel. Whenever I shop for things, whether it be food, office equipment, technology, courses, coaching programs, I look for premium, or I look for the way to upgrade to premium. Now, prequels, they don't just aimlessly throw their money at things. They intentionally invest in things that they know will provide their life with value and give them a return. So prequels are not just recklessly spending money and are spending money until they're broke. They actually end up generating more of a return with their money because they invest in quality and they invest in things that give them a return. Now, I know that I also get a lot more from something when I seriously invest in it. It gives me skin in the game, so I end up always benefiting. So I am a proud prequel. I'm a premium shopper. Now, the market is full of cheaples. The market is full of people that are looking for low-ticket options. And the market is also full of people that are looking for the best option, the prequels. So if you are the cheapest coach, nobody expects you to be the best. But if you're the best coach, nobody expects you to be the cheapest. So by you offering your coaching for a low price, you end up attracting low-ticket buyers, the cheaples. And at the same time, if you offer your coaching for a low price, you are telling the prequels, the high-ticket buyers, to stay away from you because your product or service isn't any good in their eyes. So when I hire coaches, I don't even consider the coach if the investment is not at least $10,000. I actually question the value if it's not over $10,000. Now, cheaples are never going to buy high-ticket premium products no matter what. Or if they do, it takes them years. It takes years of selling them a lot of cheap products to eventually warm them up to the idea of finally investing in something at a premium. So I'm going to let you in on a secret. When it comes to the coaching industry, there are very few coaches that are marketing to the prequels. It's literally an untapped ocean. And that's why in the academy, we teach the exact strategies for becoming a premium coach. So let me ask you a question. Do you think that someone is more likely to ask for a refund on a product that's $100 or a product that's $10,000? Think about that. Do you think someone's more likely to ask for a refund on something that's $100 or $10,000? Most people think that more refunds are given for the more expensive options. But this is actually false. So the idea that cheaper things are just easier to sell is a myth. Cheaper products actually have a higher refund rate. So when I started my coaching business 7 years ago, I started by selling very cheap coaching. And as I built up my practice, the refund rate was around 10 to 12%. And then I switched to selling premium level coaching. And the refund rate became virtually zero. It was no more than 3%. It was extremely low. So think about this. When people go into a Ferrari store, they don't ask for refunds. They are already willing to invest in themselves. And you could be that coach offering that premium service for your clients. So if you want to charge cheap for your coaching because you think that's just going to be easier, then you are mistaken. You will have to get good at knowing how to handle lots of refund requests and dealing with chargebacks. And that is not fun. It is not fun to learn all of that. So instead of needing to learn how to handle refunds and deal with chargebacks, you can get rid of all of that by charging a premium price. So instead of learning how to handle refunds, you can learn and put your energy into developing your confidence as a coach. You can become an amazingly confident coach that feels great about charging a premium. And you can learn how to have those conversations with potential clients so you can confidently invite them to make that level of investment in themselves. One of the things we give our coaches inside the academy is we give them templates. We lay out exactly what questions to ask so that way your premium clients are signing up immediately to work with you, ready to pay in full. So here are the benefits of being a premium coach. When you sell premium coaching, you attract premium clients. Premium clients are amazing to work with. They do the work and they get amazing results in their life. If you're a cheap coach, you attract low-value clients. They're often not willing to do the work. Now, another benefit to selling your coaching for a premium is it allows your clients to have a deeper transformation. So if you're in this work to have a big impact with clients, which I know most coaches are, then selling your coaching for a premium enables that to become possible. When people invest significantly in themselves, they have more skin in the game. They are more invested in the process. So think about a life-changing opportunity in your own life where maybe you've invested at least $1,000 on something that made a tremendous impact for you. Imagine that whatever person or whatever entity presented you this opportunity, imagine if they just let their fear or their guilt stop them from presenting that opportunity to you or making you that offer. Your life would be completely different, right? Wouldn't that be terrible? But thankfully that didn't happen. That person or that company, they presented the opportunity to you, and that made a difference in your life. So as a premium coach, you get to be that person to your audience. So if you feel guilty or you feel bad about the idea of asking someone to pay you thousands of dollars for your coaching, I want you to consider that selling is serving. Selling is serving. Because when you make an offer to someone, a premium offer, you are enabling your clients to move into a space of transformation. You are creating a container where people can commit to themselves on a greater level and show up to their goals and dreams in a way that they never have had before. So the experience of investing in a premium coaching service, the experience alone is transformational. Them buying from you at a premium level is the first step in their transformation. It's amazing when I enroll clients, the moment that they make the transaction, they feel this surge of energy and confidence and power that just runs through them. They can feel it in their bones right when they complete the payment. It's so beautiful to witness that transformation just from the investment process alone. Now, you might have the thought, this whole idea of charging a premium sounds great, but my network doesn't have any money. My audience is broke. Now, that is nothing more than an assumption. That is a belief that you have. When you assume that your network has no money, you have lost the sale before ever speaking to a potential client. So I want you to consider that this sentence, I can't afford it, just that sentence alone is never actually true. We like to think that it's true, but I want you to think right now, honest with yourself. How many times have you said at first that you couldn't afford something when you really know that if you tried, that you could find a way? Or sometimes you said I couldn't afford it, but you just knew that it was something you didn't really want. So when we say I can't afford it, it's either that we don't want it, we're unwilling to find the resources, or that we do want it and we are willing to figure out. We will figure out a way to afford it. That's what we mean. When we say I can't afford it, it's either I don't want it or I'm unwilling to find the resources. Right? So I do not let that sentence, I can't afford it, exist in my brain. It's either I don't want it or how can I afford it? How am I going to find a way to figure this out and afford it? Because when you are able to see your potential clients from that lens and you are able to see them as resourceful beings, then you will know that there's so many ways that they can find ways to afford things, even if they feel like they can't afford it in the moment, right? When you think about the creative ways that people can find access to resources, they can use some of their savings or their inheritance. They could cash in on an IRA or paid time off. They can get a side job. They can borrow money from their family. They could sell things. They could put off some of their money from vacation or home renovation costs. They could have just a really powerful conversation with their spouse and have their spouse contribute to the investment. They could also just put the money on a credit card. Now, you wouldn't even be considering all of this if you just believed that when people say I can't afford it, that it's the ultimate truth. It is simply a sentence. And when you can create a container with your clients and you're having those sales conversations, when you can create a space where anything's possible and you can safely invite them to work with you, then they will be willing to look for these options. They will be willing to get creative in order to make sure that they can invest in working with you. So you may be thinking, how do I get more comfortable selling premium and being a premium coach? I'm going to give you 3 of my best suggestions. The first one is to start seeing yourself as a prequel. Start to see yourself as a prequel, someone that invests at a premium. So right now, are you a premium shopper? Do you let yourself have nice things, even if it's every once in a while? Also consider, how much pride do you get currently when you know that you saved a lot on something? Like, ooh, I saved $20 on these shoes, right? How often do you find that you do that already? What if instead you no longer got any pride from how much you saved? What if you celebrated how much you invested in yourself? So instead of, I saved $20 on these shoes, it's, I got the most expensive shoes they had. So recently I bought a new electric toothbrush and it was $200. And it comes with this application on my smartphone that shows me how much pressure I'm using as I'm brushing my teeth. It gives me a score every single time I brush. It times my brushing, and it is the best brushing experience that I've ever had in my life. And I love that I made that investment in myself. I love that I found the most expensive toothbrush and I bought it. But if I were explaining this to the freeples and the cheaples, they would not approve. The freeple and the cheaple inside me would say, you know what, that's crazy. It's just a toothbrush. There are cheaper ones. Why'd you do that? So instead of just looking for the cheapest, ask yourself, what's the most valuable? What would really nourish me right now? Start seeing how you can ask yourself these questions when you're making buying decisions. Now, the more that you go for premium investments and you truly get to experience the benefit and the value of that, the easier it will be for you to sell your coaching at a premium price tag. Now, you could even just find little ways to have fun with this. Maybe the next time you go grocery shopping, instead of getting the regular blueberries, you get the organic blueberries for an extra $1 or $2. Now, a lot of people who talk to our admissions team, who get on the phone with our team because they're interested in looking to enroll in the academy, we hear all the time people say, I was buying cheap courses for so long, cheap coaching courses, and I knew that I was going to need more support. And I realize now that it is time to invest in something that's more valuable. We hear that constantly. The academy is a premium investment. It is an all-inclusive coaching program. We lay out step-by-step everything that coaches need to master the art and the business of coaching. And we do that because we know that any other approach is not going to work. We don't have our students buy parts of our program a la carte or just pick and choose bits and pieces of coaching skills they want to learn. We give them the whole buffet. They learn all the ins and outs. They are well taken care of. They are set up for success more than any other coaches in the industry. Our coaches this year will be our most successful and highest earning coaches to date. So our coaches, when they enroll, they realize they are investing in a premium experience. So again, are you a premium shopper? What is one way that you can start being one? Now, the second way to feel more comfortable selling premium and being a premium coach is to increase your confidence as a coach. So when you are so confident as a coach and you can feel that confidence in your bones to the point where you know you can help anyone achieve any result in their life, then you will feel an integrity charging a price tag that matches that level of certainty that you have in yourself. That's how our coaches feel in the academy. They know exactly what tools to use with their clients, no matter what challenge that they are going through. So that's the second way to charge a premium. It's to raise your confidence level, get really confident in your coaching. And the third way, I think this is the most important way to get comfortable charging a premium, it's to know that you deserve it. You deserve to be paid a premium, and you also deserve premium care. You are worth it. So can you allow yourself to receive generously? What would it take for you to allow you to receive generously? So you might think, who am I to even charge a premium? But the truth is, abundance is your birthright. You are here on this planet to thrive. So it really starts with what you say to yourself and your own beliefs. The only thing that is keeping you from being a premium coach and a premium shopper is your thoughts. You can decide to be a preple in this moment. Now, you might think that it's greedy or it's selfish to charge a premium. But when you allow yourself to receive generously, to get paid well, then you are well taken care of. Your needs get met, and then you can give back generously to your clients and to your loved ones and your communities. Now, there's nothing noble nor kind about minimizing your worth and undercharging. It doesn't help anyone else feel more worthy if you do that. It just lessens what you have to give, and you can't give what you don't have. So I also want you to consider this. What if our buying behaviors are not a reflection of our bank account, but of our self-worth? Again, what if our buying behaviors are not a reflection of our bank account, but of our self-worth? So if you think that you aren't worth it, or if you question your worth, that may be the reason why you settle for less and you buy cheaper things with lower quality, because you just think that you don't deserve any better. And as we know that when you buy cheap and low quality things, it keeps your life and your health and your mind in a low quality state. And the cycle just continues. You keep questioning your worth. But there is an opportunity to break this pattern. Just by making one premium investment in yourself, you can set your whole life on a trajectory for higher quality. But first, you need to realize that you are so worth it. You are worth the best possible support you can get. I want to end this episode with a story about one of our graduates in the academy. Her name's Jules. She's amazing. I remember when she was enrolling and as she got started, she cried when she was talking to me about how the moment that she decided to invest in herself and become a coach, she had tears running down her eyes, and she said, "Thank you so much." She said, "Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to invest in myself, to honor my worth." And it was such a beautiful moment to witness that, to witness what happens and what life can become when we remember our worth and we make decisions that honor it. So you are worthy because you're human. Anything that you've done in your life, any behaviors that you've had or actions you've taken or actions you haven't taken, none of that diminishes your worth. You are just as worthy as every other human on the planet right now. Your worthiness is always 100% from the moment you're born to the moment you die. And by you honoring your worth, investing in premium support, you get to fill up your own cup. So much to the point where you are just overflowing with more love, with more support, with more kindness to give back to others. And you get to create a new cycle in your life that just continues to increase the quality of it and the quality of it for the people around you. And when you appreciate that way of living, then you'll understand that you can do that for your clients. You can inspire that cycle to begin for them. You get to be their opportunity to celebrate tremendous self-worth. All right, that's what I got in this episode on becoming a premium coach. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, would you like access to powerful coaching tools you can use on yourself and clients right away? For being a listener of the podcast, I'm giving you a VIP guest pass to get a sneak peek into my coach training program. Inside, you'll learn our coaches' secret tool they use to transform their clients' lives. And you'll also get a training on how to launch a coaching business. Just head over to www.thrivingcoachacademy.com/VIP to get started. I'll see you on the inside.